wanna get high, man?
Let's stimulate your mind.
Get up, Chucky! What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Rojan Kim.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rojan Kim cast. It's me, Rojan Kim, and joining me today is my guest, my fucking first guest, I think. One of my first podcasts. I think you're the first guest on this podcast ever. Caleb Barge, everybody.
Hello.
Caleb fucking Barge. Remember Caleb Barge? We did acid on Rockaway Beach together.
Yes, we did do acid.
We rambled for an hour before we had to turn it off because we just couldn't take it anymore.
I know. It was ridiculous. Did you use that episode?
Yeah, it's out there, man. We said a lot of crazy shit. There's some good stuff they could use to take us down if we ever get anything out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I think of all this shit now. Like, basically one day when they bring us into some kind of giant tribunal to hold us accountable for whatever crimes they accuse us of, they can use our podcast as evidence against us.
Oh, dude, yeah. I told Mike, with my podcast, my co-host, that like if I ever start to get like at all famous, I'm deleting it. Just deleting it straight up. I would get in so much trouble for all this shit.
I mean, well, luckily you don't have a lot of video because the video is where you get in real trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Shane, like nothing would have happened to Shane Gillis if it was audio only. Yeah, it's the fact that they had a fucking dumb face. You know, his fat white face. You know, like have it. It's like
who? Which guy?
Remember the dude who got kicked off of SNL because he said as a joke. Like,
okay, yeah, I mean it's ridiculous.
Like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like, but whatever, man. So, but
well, they tried to attack Dan Harmon for having that weird short film where he raped a baby.
Yeah, like, who cares?
They tried to get him in trouble for that.
Or remember when that chick Charlene Yee like accused David Cross of saying ching chong to her? Like, this was during the Me Too movement. So all these women were coming forward with sexual abuse allegations. And then her big thing was like, one time at a party, David Cross looked at me and went ching chong, ching chong. Like that was that was her big, like, that was like the worst thing that, like, all these women are talking about being raped, and her big story to contribute to that is just like, yeah, I got one of those stories too. David Cross ching chonged at me, and then everybody got mad at David Cross. Like, that was the crazy thing, was like everybody got pissed off at him. And dude, nobody was like,
that's like, I know. It's just, there was a lot of, during that movement, it was a lot of, people that just want the attention, obviously.
Yeah, well, I think the whole country went psychotic after Trump got elected. You know what I mean? They just, that was one of the things.
What's it today? I mean, like, you and I had a conversation before, like, these politics don't really fucking matter right now because of what's going on with the virus. But like, I woke up, I actually made a joke. So I woke up and I looked at the news, and it was like Bernie Sanders drops out of the race. Yeah. And I was just like, my girlfriend's living next to me, and I woke her up and I was like, baby. And she's like, what? And I was like, Bernie Sanders dropped out. And she's like, why the fuck would you tell me that before I had my coffee, dude? Like, before I had my coffee. And I was like, duly noted. I was like, my bad.
Yeah. Tomorrow you should wake her up with coronavirus deaths. You feel like, baby, it's over 1 million now.
I know. I told her.
There's 1 million people who have it now.
Yeah, it's like it's 3,000, over 3,000 in New York City. Oh, I just saw an article. De Blasio is not being honest about how many deaths there are.
Is he lying?
Downplaying it, dude.
They're all doing that because they don't want to look bad. I'm telling you, this whole thing is all about looking good.
There's fucking, it is. It really is. There's fucking morgue, like, trucks.
Yeah.
Like, lined outside of hospitals, dude. It's just they're putting dead bodies and shit. Like, it's happening.
Yeah, there's bodies piling up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But fucking, I don't know. I mean, you can't really hide the body. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. It's like, you can't. I mean, China did. You ever hear that thing about there's crazy stories coming out of China where like the Chinese are like reporting a certain amount of people dead, but then on the other hand, there's weird stories of like there's just like massive piles of cell phones that they have, like people's phones, like, you know what I mean, like basically dead people stuff, like there's like massive piles of like shit, and also urns, a lot of urns, like kind of outnumber the amount of people they're saying are dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, so You just can't. They're all lying, dude. Like, you can't trust
So
any of this shit. Dude.
like in China, they're like, instead of like toilet paper here in China, they're just like buying urines. Like they're all out of urines everywhere in stores. Like, we don't have any urines.
Urine is piss. Are you talking about urine or urns, dude?
Urns.
Oh, you said urine.
Did I say? No, I said urns.
Okay.
Did I say urns?
Because the Chinese do love to piss everywhere, too.
Yeah, dude, I know.
Dude, they love pissing and just fucking spitting everywhere. But,
dude, when I was in Japan, it's really funny because you told me like how cleanliness is. And also, I dated a girl who's Korean, and she would explain to me the difference in cleanliness of different like countries in Japan. I mean, in Asian countries.
Asia. Yeah.
So, like, when I went to Japan, it's fucking clean everywhere. Beautiful. I loved Tokyo, dude. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Koreatown to get like some barbecue, and it was fucking dirty, dude. It was. I was like, what the fuck? Like, me and my friends both noticed. Like, we were just like, it's kind of dirty around here. And then Chinatown,
even dirtier.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, but a lot of that's also, that shows you what the order of citizens is in Japan. The Japanese are the first class citizens, the Koreans are the second, the Chinese are the third.
I know.
That's just like,
it says a white person, like, I'm not supposed to talk about this shit, but like, I fucking noticed it, like, right off the bat.
Hey, but that's so weird, right? Like, why aren't you supposed to talk about it? That's so weird.
It's dumb. I don't know.
Yeah. And if anything, it just shows like it's really just a class thing. It's just like the poorest motherfuckers can be the dirtiest motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck. Why should they?
Yeah.
The richest motherfuckers be clean as fuck because they can be clean. You know?
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Except our country, right? Except in America, where we fucking all are filthy. Okay.
Yeah, and I just loved the subway system in Tokyo. It's just like, it makes sense, dude. I come back to New York City, and the subway system is just like, get off at Myrtle Wyckoff, blah blah blah. It's like, foreigners are not gonna. It's gonna be hard for foreigners to like understand that. In Japan, it was so fucking easy, dude. It was F1.
Oh, really?
Dude, you go to Japan, it's like your subway stop is F12, and you want to go to F24. It's like, it's easy. And you look at the signs, it goes, it's going up numbers. Right. And you go, okay. Right. Dude, I didn't have to do shit. It was the easiest subway system I've ever dealt with.
Wow. That's fucking crazy. I also heard that, like, is it true that they have all the fucking times when they're showing up and shit? They're like, the train, like, what time the trains are coming and shit? Like, they all run on time and shit?
The trains got delayed maybe once the entire time I was there. It was always on time. There's things blocking so you can't fall into the tracks.
Yeah.
It's super clean. There's no garbage cans anywhere because people aren't fucking throwing trash. It's the cleanest fucking subway system I've ever seen. And yeah, what was your question again? Sorry,
I was just asking about the departure times and shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, all that shit's on schedule.
Yeah, basically they like apologized. They were like, "We're so sorry. The train is running a little slow." And I was just like, "Dude, what are you apologizing for?"
That's just,
dude,
I mean, it's
New York City subways.
Culture.
Me and my girlfriend were on the subway, right, when this first shit all started. There was nobody there, and the train stopped, and they're like, "Sorry, we're having like train delay." What? Why? What? Who is delaying you if there's no fucking trains or people?
Right.
Just like this. The subway, it's really just showing that the subway system sucks, like, really badly.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's also just like, obviously it's incompetence, where they can't run it right here. And obviously, like, where's all the money going? Because obviously somebody's like grifting this money. You know what I mean? Like, tons of money actually goes into the subway system. Where the fuck is it? Where is it going? Where's it going in someone's pocket, basically. It's going in people's pockets.
Yep.
Like, that's not to you. Like, well, I don't know. I guess say what you will about it, but there's probably some good points to nuking Japan, right? Like, it's like,
what?
It probably wasn't so bad that we nuked them, is what I'm saying. Like, like, because I was saying, like, imagine someone nuked us. Maybe we get our act together. Yeah, maybe.
And rebuild.
Yeah, maybe we make awesome fucking robot cartoons and porn and shit. Like, we fucking.
It was also there's also a lot of shame in their society, I've noticed. Like a lot of Japanese women don't hook up with foreign guys because it's shameful to do that because of racism, basically. Like you have to be with a Japanese person. So, so also there's just a lot of. So me and my friends were on the subway, and this guy has a clock, and he drops the clock, and it shatters glass everywhere. And I help him pick him up, and the guy was just so flustered and so just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like he was so thankful, and he just gets off the stop, and my friend Rob looks at me and goes, dude, that probably wasn't even his stop. He was just like, oh my God, shame.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, I'm getting off the subway. This is too
he felt so bad.
Yeah. But and then my friend Gavin also was like, dude, I do the fucking same thing, man. It's embarrassing. And I was like, you made a mistake. Like, I don't get the fucking shame in it. But
it's a
different culture.
It's Confucian, man. It's like super Confucian, like Confucian culture. All comes from China, but the Chinese aren't as Confucian anymore because that's old shit to them. But the Koreans and the Japanese really ran with it, and it's like there's just a right way and a wrong way to do things in the culture. You know what I mean? And so if you ever do something like that, like losing face or just looking bad, that's like the worst thing you could possibly do. So it's like it's really about others over yourself, which is a very opposite way of thinking of it from America or the West, you know what I mean? Where the individual is the first thing. Like even in Asia, your last name is first, you know? So Korean, Japanese, so your family name is actually first. So it's like you are a member of it. That's the
shame on your family.
Thing. So in America, it's like the family name is your last name. You know what I mean? You distinguish yourself from that, and then you even change your name. Fuck it, you know. You're like so there's like that's a huge part of it. You know, so I remember these stories about after Fukushima, the fucking people just fucking lined up. Like they didn't like loot, they didn't rob. You know what I mean? They didn't go nuts. The people in Japan, they just like lined up and like got their rations or whatever the fuck. You know, that's part of the thing is just like. There's a reason why the Asian countries are going to do better during this pandemic, you know.
Absolutely, dude.
The behaviors you got to get everybody to follow. It's really it's the cultural thing. Everybody has to be like, yeah, we all have to do this because it's for us, you know.
I had when I was there in Tokyo.
I lost you.
Which I learned like a little bit, but it was nice to just walk around and not understand everybody's dumb conversations and just to and then also like. It was so nice of a city. I was like, I could imagine myself living here if I wanted to. And they have a lot of work programs over there, but I just don't really want to go to Japan, to be honest.
No, you definitely don't want to do that, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. I mean, but it's nice to see how what it's like in other countries. Because in America, you're just told all the time how awesome this is the best place on earth. Nowhere better.
It's a bunch of lies. Yeah.
It's propaganda. Yeah.
Dude, and 2 weeks, I didn't hear shit about that fucking guy, our president. It was amazing, man. And like,
oh God,
their society, dude, the worst thing that happened to them was on the news. It was like national news. We saw it on the TV. Some guy just started had a samurai sword at the fucking subway stop, and everyone was just walking by, and the cops were trying to stop him. That's just normal shit in New York City, dude. Nobody, that wouldn't be national news. You wouldn't hear about that in fucking Iowa.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that's happened. That shit was a news story all day, a national news story all day. That was the biggest thing that happened because crime is so low there.
Nice. Well, that's also the downside. I mean, there's an upside to that, which is shit is nice, but the downside is that there's this mass conformity. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You and I would be freaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You and I would be fucking jailed. We'd be put in jail. Just for it being friends. You and I would be friends and they'd throw us in jail. Or put us in the Chinese neighborhood.
I told you I went to a punk show, right? In Japan.
That's dope.
Dude, in the Times Square of Tokyo. I went to a punk show and my friend and I, dude, we walked in there, dude, and we stuck out. Like a sore fucking thumb, dude. We just showed up and they were like, what the fuck? They were all looking at us. And
you were the most punk thing there. They were just holy shit, these motherfuckers.
And dude, the show was from 12 in the afternoon to 8 o'clock at night.
Damn.
So what they did, dude, was basically, it was called I forget what the fucking place is called. I still have the ticket, but basically, it was 2 stages, and there was one band playing, and you'd be watching, and another band would be like behind you setting up. And as soon as the other band was like, "Oh, arigato," and like you just hear "Damn" behind you, you turn around, you're in the fucking front, and like a fucking mosh pit starts. And there was old ladies there, dude. There was old fucking dudes, just like
no shit. Wow,
dude. It was pretty. And the punk was good, dude. I really liked it. Like there was like, and it was just like it was so different to seeing like them screaming in Japanese and just being angry. Like everybody's fucking angry about shit, but it's like I don't know what they're angry about. Who knows?
Right.
Maybe they're being like, our parents are racist. I don't fucking know what they're saying.
You have no idea. Yeah.
But it was just fucking cool. And honestly, like we left because me and my friend, we went to go get sushi. And I was like, we haven't had sushi yet. That's bullshit. We've been here a week and we haven't had sushi.
Oh shit.
We went and got sushi. It was like the best sushi I ever had in my fucking life.
Oh, bet.
And then we went back to the punk show just to go back, and they were done. And they were like handing out flyers to us. And there was one band just called Blood. That's the band name. Awesome. Was Blood. Yeah, Blood.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, they're all
man. The Japanese. Do you ever? I told you about the Hardcore History podcast, right? You ever? Did I ever tell you about that, man?
No, Hardcore History.
Yeah, dude. I like it, man. It's just this guy who does this like these podcasts. They're long, but about like historical shit. Like he did like the Mongols, and he's done like World War II, whatever. But he did one about the Japanese and how they went from being like a nut backwater country to being like almost a superpower, going to war. Like going to war with basically everybody. It's dope, dude. But it's like you would probably appreciate it a lot because it's like I don't know, it's like 3-4 episodes, and each episode's like long. But you've got plenty of time now. But it does. It starts from like samurai times, and he talks about how like that samurai shit, how it led them to like the 1940s Japanese that decided to go to war with the whole world and shit.
So
yeah.
Is this hopefully I'm not making this up. I think I heard it somewhere, I read it somewhere. Like Nazi skinheads give Japanese women like an okay.
They might. There's a little bit of cross fetishizing between well, obviously they have a history, the Nazis and the cats,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But besides that, like say the white supremacists online, the guys who are online who believe in that stuff, they look to Japan as a model of like, see, these guys know what they're doing, man. They do it right. They make sure their women don't fuck anybody else. They make sure, you know what I mean? Like, and on the other side, there's motherfuckers in Japan who are also on 4chan, because all the shit was in Japan too. You know what I mean? Like all the 4chan shit, like there's motherfuckers there who are super right-wing racists who speak English, who are all like, yeah, fuck all that, you know, like fuck the chinks and fuck this, you know, and yeah, we do it right. And they sort of glorify this like white supremacy thing, which is where they got the whole idea from. Anyways, but it's not, honestly, for Asians, it's not a hard sell just to be, we're superior, because they're already like that. You know what I mean? That's already how they rolled. So not that different. You know what I mean? So yeah, the Japanese, one of the things about them during the fucking war was the way they treated all the other Asians, because the whole point
comfort women, right? The Korean,
that's like one of the nicer things they did. You know what I'm saying? Like those, they let them live. Like they fucking. If you ever listen to or read about the rape of Nanjing, dude, fucking, because so here's the thing about the Japanese, right? Like they're an island, right? And they're off the coast, but China's huge, and they've always been under the thumb of China, right? Who's been huge. And they've actually kind of been, the way it used to work was China was number 1, Korea was number 2, and Japan was number 3. Like just because Korea was right next to China, they got all the shit first, and then through China, Japan got all this stuff. So then basically the Japanese, what they've always wanted to do is flip that whole thing over so that they were number 1. But the problem is their population is way too small to invade China. Like they can't take on the Chinese because they don't have enough people. But their plan was to colonize Korea first, and then take over the population of Korea, and then combine their population. Then you'd have a sizable, that and Manchuria. Basically that whole area, like on the coast of what's, you know, like imagine it's America, it'd be like the East Coast, right? Like they wanted to take that part over so that they could take on the middle of the country, like, you know, which is China. So eventually they did. So Nanjing was the capital back in the day, and the Nanjing is sort of like where Chicago would be, right? Sort of like smack dab in the middle, and fucking was the center. And the Japanese made it all the way to Nanjing, but then they got stopped there and had to pull out. And so in the time they decided to pull out, it was like I can't remember, maybe like a week or something. They basically just fucked the entire town, like this is like millions of people. They basically just raped and murdered everybody, like everybody, and like was just like cutting just having fun doing it. They just like let the soldiers go, and they just did and there's like tons of, because there's a lot of Westerners there at the time, like missionaries and shit like that. So there's all this shit is documented. Like you just walk out on the street and there's just like pieces of fucking motherfuckers everywhere. Like, and we're talking like the scale is like, because in China when shit goes bad, it's like thousands of people. You know what I mean? Like here, it's like imagine just 10 people being shot or something. That's horrible, right? Like 60 in 60. You know, like there's gonna be like 6,000. You know, like so, like they're just literally talking about like the streets are just running with blood because the Japs are fucking running around bayoneting fucking babies and women and fucking raping them all, forcing them to do stuff and like fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and they just did this shit. So that's kind of like the reputation they had as fucking conquerors. They just come through, rape and murder everybody, fucking enslave you. Like, you know.
I mean, no wonder. Yeah, no wonder they motherfucking don't like each other. You know, it's just like.
That's why the Chinese and the Japanese won't. They're never gonna get along. There's no way, because the Japanese have also never. They're not gonna apologize. They don't apologize. They don't apologize.
They're like, bring shame on our family.
Well, no. Not only that, I think in their minds they're like, look, man, we were nuked. Like none of you guys were nuked. We got. We were nuked. So all right, we fucked up. I
mean, dude, like, remember that Dave Chappelle joke where he goes, "We bombed Japan. They've been wearing Hello Kitty backpacks ever since. We bombed."
Yeah, they were so emasculated.
Yeah.
And all of Asia. Well, if you think about it, it's really all of Asia. Like, I mean, the West, the U.S. was at war with Asia for almost 100 years. If you really think about how long they're at war for, like nuking Japan and then fucking Vietnam was the culmination of like 100 years before that. It's like fucking Opium War. Because the Opium War is when the Chinese got beaten up by the British because they didn't let the British sell opium anymore. Because they're like, hey, these drugs are fucking up our people. And then the British said, oh yeah, we're gonna bring some guns and fuck you guys up. And so they fucked up China, and that was the start of it. You know,
humans are just like fucking awful to each other.
Oh, we suck, dude.
Makes no sense. Man. I mean, that's like the whole point is like we're supposed to just realize that we are all one thing, and we're
literally the same. We're literally all.
We're just.
You know what I mean, once you get to know people, you know what I mean. Like all it took was for you to travel somewhere. Be like, oh fuck, it could be like this. Like these people are different, but they're the same. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. They have different views, and honestly, you know,
they still have punk. You know what I mean? They still have, you know what I mean? They still have things that make sense to you. There's still universality.
And I think the thing is, when I walked in that punk show, like they gave me, they were all fucking looking at me like, what the fuck? And they were looking at my friend Rob. But I was wondering, I was like, do they think this is cool? Like, are they going to be like cool with us, or are they going to be like, fuck these guys and like fight us? They just absolutely ignored us. No, they just absolutely ignored us. They didn't try.
It's just like an interesting thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, look at that, couple whiteys. This is, you know, whatever these.
But dude, I went over in January, and if this virus started in January, like you're saying, I could have got that shit.
You could have had it.
Brought it back over here.
You could have. No one knows. Yeah.
No one knows, man.
No one knows. Yeah, that's the thing.
And you know what's crazy? They were wearing, before I even heard of this fucking virus, I just started hearing about it, like, when I got back to America. Like, they were all wearing fucking masks.
Oh, they knew about it.
They fucking knew about it.
Oh, of course they knew about it.
Didn't fucking say shit, man.
You think they trust the Chinese? First of all, that's what I'm saying. They don't trust the Chinese. As soon as they heard about this shit, they're like, oh, masks on. You know what I mean? Because they... the thing that we don't know about is back in the day, they dealt with SARS, and SARS is actually similar. Yeah. And they had to lock down. They had to do all this shit back then. So to them, they've gone through this before, and they're like, oh, crazy disease came out of China. Okay, better put on our mask. You know, like
they were all wearing masks.
Yeah, they're all up on it. Taiwan was up on this shit. You know what I'm saying? All the other Asian countries knew. They knew, dude. They fucking, you know, and it's not like, it's ridiculous to go to them and be like, you're racist for calling it a Chinese virus. You know what I'm saying? You know, they'd be like, no, it's Chinese. Yeah, it's that's where it came from. Not from here. Yeah. Didn't come from here, it came from there. Yeah. You know, so that's why it's fucking ridiculous. It's like, no, it literally came from there. And who knows if it's because of some dude eating a bat or some lab or who gives a fuck, you know. It's obvious it came from there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always thought. I'm like, if it's man-made, then they had an accident. That's what happened, and it caught fucking.
Yeah.
But if it's not
Yeah.
man-made and it's actually from nature, it's obvious. Nature's like, there's too many of you people. You don't stop fucking. So let's kill some of you.
Honestly, I don't even think that. Honestly, I don't think nature even cares. Like this
You don't
just
think so?
happens. Nah, I think it just it's random, dude. It doesn't matter. Is the thing. It's actually truly it doesn't matter. There's no like you guys are bad and you guys are good. You know what I mean? It's just there was an opportunity created by either because the virus itself comes from bats. Like that's not actually disputed. It's just how does it get from bats to humans? They don't understand. And so the thing they think is that the virus jumped from a bat to a pangolin, is like this fucking animal. And they think one of the ways that could happen is that one of these markets is one of these wet markets where they're chopping up all these things, the blood's mixing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one possibility. And then the pangolins actually have a virus that humans can catch. You know what I mean? So the bat got in the pangolin and mutated with a part of the virus that the humans can catch, and that's how we started catching this new thing. So
Gotcha.
that's one theory, right? The other theory is that because China knows about SARS, because they had it fucking 15 years ago or some shit, and coincidentally, there's a Wuhan virology lab, just by coincidence, this is a coincidence, you know, because of those reasons, it's possible that maybe they were working on something and either by mistake or because of some mismanagement or incompetence. It's usually incompetence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Usually these things are never like by design. Usually it's some fucking dummy did something or something, you know, something happened and that's how it got out. And if I could say, I mean, we don't fucking know, man. It seriously couldn't be, you know, we're not going to know till years from now. And it's fucking retarded to even be like, yeah, we know, you know?
Yeah. I just found out just now my good friend is in the hospital now for this shit.
Ah, shit, dude.
I just found out text-wise. He's in the
hospital right now?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
He's very, very sick, he said.
Ah, dude, that's fucking, dude, like, I mean, yeah, right now is around the time when, like, you're going to start, people you know are going to start getting it, you know what I mean? Like, people you know, fucking, yeah, dude, well, that sucks, dude. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, hopefully he's okay.
Is he in New York?
Yeah, he's in New York.
Yeah.
He's,
yeah, man.
Fucking just, this is real.
It's crazy. Bro, it's crazy, right? And we went through 9/11. Like, that's the whole thing. Is like, we went through some crazy shit already. But even then, I had a feeling that this is that crazy. You know, like, it was crazy, but this is fucking crazy, man. This is
yeah. I mean, I'm starting to get mad at people fucking, I walked to my girlfriend's house last night, and it was funny. I actually kind of enjoy putting on my, like, quote unquote apocalyptic outfit, post-apocalyptic. So it's like face mask, hoodie, like
lean into it, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know, probably gonna make some gloves with nails in it or something.
I bought a stun gun. So.
Did you?
Well, it's got a flashlight on it, but it's got a stun gun just in case, you know, because I've been run up on here before there was a pandemic, you know what I mean? There's random, so fuck it, you know, like I'm not, you know. I'm not scared enough to get a gun. Like, I'm not that scared, but I still feel like it's not dumb to be like, you should protect yourself, you know?
Yeah. No, it's true. I'm like, you know, I'm trying to, like, I try to remain calm as possible, but I really am just like any person that, like, walks near me, I'm just like, get the fuck away, man.
Yeah. You're in the yellow. I'm in the yellow right now. You don't want me in the red, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No, and then, like, I walked over here last night, and there's just people fucking drinking on the street, just like hanging out, and I'm like, guys, fucking go home. Like, seriously, like, it's they're not homeless. Like, they're not homeless people.
Well, that's the fucking thing about this country, and really is like we're too free. So as soon as can you just like we don't have the kind of culture like Japan where everybody's just gonna be like, okay, we'll do it, you know? So what you need
we got a lot of morons here, man. You know,
you need somebody to be the bad guy to come and be like, that's it. You motherfuckers are in your houses now, and we're gonna start fining you. Okay, first we're gonna fine you, then we're gonna arrest you. Like, you know, just start fucking in public. But what happens if you do that? Just imagine if Trump did that.
Police state. Yes, I know.
Imagine if Trump did that. people would start rioting. People would be like, "This is it. He is the fascist." You know, like so. There's no way he can go that hard in this country until there are bodies, and that's the problem with something like this is that by the time there are bodies, it's too late. 2 weeks from now, there's gonna be more bodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so whatever you do now is gonna maybe take place. You're gonna see the effects of it 2 weeks from now. So like the longer you wait, the worse it's gonna be. So that's so that's the thing that like people can't understand here. They don't understand like long-term thinking, you know?
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. So anyways, all you can really do is fucking protect yourself, man. You gotta protect yourself and fucking.
I know.
Just like
sanitize.
Sure
I'm gonna start fucking, jumping, buying. I'm thinking about like actually just buying liquor. I like. I don't know if I told you this, but like I kind of like took a break from booze back in January, and it just so happened to be on fucking New Year's. So I'm a fucking hack like that. Like I'm gonna quit drinking when I'm fucking New Year's.
Right.
But like last night, I was kind of like, I mean, I drink beer once in a while just to like relax. I'm like not. I don't miss being hungover, but last night I was like, you know what, fuck this, and I was just like drank some liquor, and I was like, ooh, I remember this feels pretty good.
Yeah.
And we went to this. I went to the bar, and I got 4 margaritas to go, and I brought it back so me and my girlfriend could have it, and we had to like sanitize, like, it's just I'm thinking about going and getting like a bottle of liquor at one point, and then just using that for sanitizing because there's no fucking sanitizer anywhere.
Oh, can you get well, I know alcohol I can't find. Can you find bleach at all?
Yeah, probably can find bleach. Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. If you use a 10% bleach solution with water, that's
it's basically the same thing, right? Yeah.
It works. Yeah, it works.
It's not.
And the other thing about
pure bleach.
The thing is that like you just have to worry about like your skin is actually a really good defensive barrier against the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to make sure you don't transfer it from your hand or some shit to like your mouth or your eye, a place where it can get in. So that's really the big thing. So it's like I wouldn't worry too much about like over sanitizing shit, but it does stick around. But on the other hand, they have found that it does stick around on so cardboard 24 hours, plastic and steel up to 3 days. Like even though in the sunlight and shit it can die off fast, they can still find traces of it. So it is worth it to sterilize some of that shit, especially if people have been touching it.
Yeah.
Touching it and breathing on it, like you should definitely do that. But like it's not worth it to sterilize everything and then over sanitize yourself because then that actually fucks your immune system. Yeah.
Also, I mean, I've heard reports that the most people dying from this are fucking black men. I think definitely black. Possibly. People.
Well, that's also because that's who's got the least access to good health care, good nutrition.
Exactly.
Good, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's like.
And me and my girlfriend.
Wait till the numbers come in. Wait till the numbers come in from the middle of America, where all the rednecks are. Like they're, you know what I'm saying? Like the poor are gonna fucking fuck. The poor are gonna die.
Yeah. There was like a map of like where the most cases have been reported in New York City, and I looked at Brooklyn. And it's like me and my girlfriend live like right in the fucking epicenter of this shit, like where it's happening. So we're just kind of like, anytime we go out, it's just like, mask and gloves, obviously.
Out there,
like, you fucking have to, man. And I cover all my skin. Like I'm not wearing shorts. You fucking kidding me? Yeah. Like it's insane, man. It's like literally just like.
I fucking stopped. I have like different shoes for outside now, man. Fucking it's a good time to like be more Asian, man. It's a good time to It is, dude. You went to Japan. You saw how they are. You know what you need to do. It's a good time. You know what I mean? There's a reason.
Outside. Yeah.
There's a reason they do it. There's a reason.
Dude, I know, man. Like I at one point me and my friends just gave up and just started using our shoes like inside, and I was like, dude, they would fucking kill us if they saw what we were doing.
Barbarians, you dirty.
Yeah.
Literally like homeless people rolling around.
I know.
Like a nursery, dude, like a like.
You know what? You know what I loved the most, dude, was I really want to get a bidet. It was awesome.
Oh, was it?
Dude,
I'm thinking about it too, man. Oh yeah,
dude, you use less toilet paper, so that's better for the environment. And it feels super good.
And I feel like for sure. Yeah. And I feel like it's actually cleaner.
It is. And dude,
it's gotta clean your asshole more.
My first day, my friend Rob, it just goes to try it first. and he puts it on the highest. They left it on the highest setting by accident. He starts screaming, dude. He's like, oh, like, because he was like, oh, it hurts. And he like was trying to turn it off. It's all Japanese because he can't read it. Turn it off.
It's all like, apologizing.
And he was screaming and he was laughing because it was like, and then it was really painful. And the thing is, when you first try a bidet, you just start giggling as you're doing it because you're like it's hilarious, dude. But it actually makes so much fucking sense. And they also separate. I don't know if this is everywhere, but they separate the toilet from where you take a shower because I feel like they think that's dirty.
It is.
The showers were amazing. It was a giant room with a super huge soaking tub. I mean, and this was an Airbnb, so it was like, this is just normal. And their stoves are fucking awesome, dude. It's like designed, like you turn it on, it's designed to make shit boil in like fucking 30 seconds. Like if you have really low water, it's like just a giant flame. And I didn't smoke that much when I was there. I started eating super healthy. And you know what the crazy thing is? 7-Eleven is fancy over there. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I ate lunch at 7-Eleven, dude. I bought food and I sat down and ate it. I ate breakfast there a few times too. At 7-Eleven, dude.
Dude, it's true.
Like, I ate at 7-Eleven. I want to blow my brains out. But no, pretty nice there, man. And honestly, if you were just spending money on food, you would only probably I spent only $20 a day sometimes.
Oh,
the whole time I was there for 2 weeks, I only spent $700, dude.
Damn, that's good.
That's really fucking good.
Yeah, that's good, man.
It's really cheap. It's really fucking cheap over there.
Well, now's the perfect time to travel, if anything. So let's get on over there, guys.
Yeah. No.
Hey, this thing's about to run out, so I'm gonna let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Fucking. Well, dude, are you doing a podcast or what's up, man? Are people gonna fucking?
Yeah, I mean, my podcast is called We're Going to Hell. I think we got kicked off iTunes and they won't tell me why. So I don't think we're on iTunes right now.
What'd you say?
I don't fucking know. Dude, I tried to contact them. I was like, what did we do? And they just don't respond. So fuck them.
Okay.
So we're on every other platform though that does podcasts, like Google Play and Stitcher and all that shit.
We're going to hell. Okay. Dude, you should fucking do the podcast by yourself if you need to. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just need to, you might as well.
I know. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to. And also, you should be a guest, so we'll set up something. So you.
Yeah, we'll be doing this exact thing. Releasing it on your RSS feed.
Exactly.
All right, dude. Fucking great talking to you as always, brother. Fucking
definitely.
Dude, take care of yourself, man. Fucking, I know it's gonna get fucking crazy out there, but
I know.
Brother.
Yeah, thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
And fuck up. You know what? Just get a big stick, a long stick, so you can just you beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, man.
All right.
All right, man.